The untold story of West Indies spinner Rawl Lewis will change everything you thought you knew about cricket legends. What happened to Rawl Lewis is one of cricket's most surprising stories. Here was a man who was supposed to be the next great spin bowler for the West Indies, but his journey took turns that nobody could have predicted. From the highs of representing his country to the challenges that came with professional cricket, this is the complete story of a man whose life was far more complex than his cricket statistics suggest. Rawl Nicholas Lewis was born on September 5, 1974, in the beautiful island of Grenada. Growing up in the Caribbean during the 1980s and 90s meant being surrounded by cricket greatness. The West Indies were still one of the strongest teams in the world, and every young boy dreamed of wearing the maroon cap. For Rawl, this dream seemed more achievable than for most because he had something special: the ability to spin a cricket ball in ways that confused even experienced batsmen. Grenada was not traditionally known for producing international cricketers, which made Rawl's journey even more remarkable. The island was small, with limited cricket infrastructure compared to places like Barbados or Jamaica. But what Grenada lacked in facilities, it made up for in passion for the game. Local cricket was played with tremendous enthusiasm, and talented youngsters like Rawl could get noticed if they performed well enough. From a young age, Rawl showed natural ability as a leg spinner. Leg spin bowling is one of the most difficult arts in cricket, requiring not just technical skill but also mental strength and tactical awareness. Many young bowlers try to master leg spin but give up because it's so challenging. Rawl persevered, spending countless hours practicing his craft and learning to control deliveries that could turn matches. The journey from local cricket in Grenada to representing the Windward Islands was a significant step. The regional cricket system in the Caribbean was extremely competitive, with each island producing talented players fighting for limited spots. For Rawl to establish himself at this level showed that he had both the skill and mental toughness needed for higher levels of cricket. His breakthrough came when he was selected to represent the Windward Islands in regional competitions. This was a huge moment for any young cricketer from Grenada, as it meant recognition that he was among the best players in the region. The Windward Islands team included players from several islands, so competition for places was fierce. Rawl's performances for the Windward Islands caught the attention of West Indies selectors, and he was eventually called up to the national team. This was the realization of a childhood dream, but it also brought enormous pressure and expectations. The West Indies had a proud tradition of producing great bowlers, and any new player had to prove they belonged at that level. His international debut came during a challenging period for West Indies cricket. The team was no longer the dominant force it had been during the 1980s, and there was pressure to find new talent that could restore the team's former glory. For a young leg spinner like Rawl, this meant carrying extra expectations about what he might achieve. However, Rawl's entry into Test cricket was far from smooth. Leg spinner Rawl Lewis had an undistinguished entry to Test cricket. In his first 3 tests for West Indies, he bowled 97.3 overs. Of those 585 balls, only 1 brought him a wicket. This was an incredibly difficult start for any bowler, but particularly challenging for a leg spinner who relied on confidence and rhythm to be effective. The psychological pressure of such a poor start cannot be underestimated. Cricket is a mental game as much as a physical one, and when things go wrong early in a career, it can be very difficult to recover. For Rawl, having to deal with poor figures while representing his country must have been extremely challenging both personally and professionally. Behind every professional athlete's public career are private struggles that fans rarely see. The pressure of performing at the highest level, combined with the constant scrutiny from media and fans, can put enormous strain on personal relationships. For players like Rawl, who had worked so hard to reach the international level, dealing with poor performances while managing family responsibilities was incredibly difficult. The demands of international cricket meant long periods away from home, often during the most challenging times in a player's career. When things were going well on the field, the separation from family was easier to handle. But when performances were poor and criticism was mounting, being away from the support system of home and family, it doesn't always provide the financial security that players and their families need. The uncertainty of selection, the short nature of cricket careers, and the need to perform consistently all create stress that extends far beyond the cricket field. For leg spinners particularly, the mental side of the game is crucial. Unlike fast bowlers who can rely on pace to trouble batsmen, spinners need confidence, rhythm, and tactical awareness to be successful. When these elements are missing, even the most talented spinners can struggle badly. Rawls' early struggles in Test cricket showed how quickly things can go wrong for a spinner at the international level. Despite his challenging start in Test cricket, Rawl continued to work on his game and look for opportunities to prove himself. The nature of cricket means that form can change quickly, and one good performance can transform a player's career. However, opportunities at the international level are limited, and selectors often lose patience with players who don't perform immediately. His overall international career statistics tell the story of unfulfilled potential. He eventually played only 5 tests and 26 ODIs in his international career, numbers that don't reflect the talent that got him selected in the first place. These limited opportunities meant that he never really got the chance to establish himself at the international level or show what he could achieve with consistent selection and support. The transition from being an international cricketer to life after cricket is always challenging. For players who had successful careers, the adjustment can be difficult enough. For those like Rawl, whose international careers didn't reach their potential, the transition can be even more complex. There are questions about what might have been and regrets about opportunities that didn't work out as planned. However, Rawls' involvement in cricket did not end with his playing career. He was named as the Windies' interim manager for the 2016 ICC World T20 in India, showing that the cricket establishment still valued his knowledge and experience. This role demonstrated that his understanding of the game extended beyond just his playing abilities. The role of interim manager was both an opportunity and a challenge. It showed that despite his limited international playing career, cricket officials recognized his knowledge of the game and his leadership abilities. Managing a team in a major tournament requires different skills from playing, and Rawls' appointment suggested that he had developed these capabilities. Working in cricket administration and management after a playing career provides different satisfactions and challenges. Success is measured not by personal performance, but by the achievements of the team and the development of other players. For someone like Rawl, who understood the game deeply, this transition offered a way to continue contributing to West Indies cricket. The world of professional cricket also brings unique challenges to family life. The constant travel, pressure to perform, and public scrutiny can put strain on even the strongest relationships. Players and their families have to develop coping strategies to deal with these pressures while maintaining normal family life. For cricketers from smaller islands like Grenada, the challenges can be even greater. The support systems available to players from larger cricket centers might not exist, making family support even more crucial. Having understanding and supportive family members can make the difference between success and failure in professional sport. The financial aspects of a cricket career also affect family life significantly. International cricket provides prestige and honor, but the financial rewards are not always as substantial as people imagine, especially for players who don't have long careers. This means that families often have to make sacrifices and plan carefully for life after cricket. Children of professional cricketers face their own unique challenges. They grow up in the public eye to some extent, and their father's performances on the field can affect how they are treated by peers and teachers. Success brings pride and recognition, but poor performances can lead to unwanted attention and criticism. The pressure on cricket families is particularly intense in the Caribbean, where cricket is not just a sport, but a cultural institution. When local players represent the West Indies, entire communities take pride in their achievements. However, this also means that poor performances are felt more keenly, and the pressure to succeed is enormous. For Rawl's family, watching him struggle in international cricket while knowing his true abilities must have been incredibly frustrating. Family members often see potential that others miss and understand the factors that might be preventing a player from performing at their best. This knowledge can make watching poor performances even more painful. The support of family becomes even more important when players are dealing with the disappointment of not achieving their potential. Professional athletes invest enormous amounts of time and energy in pursuing their dreams, and when things don't work out as planned, the emotional impact can be devastating. However, family support also provides perspective that can help players cope with disappointment and find new directions for their lives. The love and understanding of family members remain constant, regardless of cricket success or failure, providing a foundation that helps players rebuild and move forward. In Rawl's case, his later role in cricket management showed that his career had different chapters. The playing career might not have reached its potential, but his understanding of the game and leadership abilities found expression in other ways. This kind of career evolution is actually quite common in professional sport, where players find new ways to contribute to their chosen field. The legacy of any cricketer extends beyond just their playing statistics. For players like Rawl, who represented their country and worked in cricket administration, the legacy includes the example they set for younger players and the contributions they made to cricket development in their region. Rawl's story also highlights the reality that not every talented player achieves lasting success at the international level. Cricket is a sport where timing, opportunity, and luck play important roles alongside talent and hard work. Many gifted players never get the chance to fulfill their potential for various reasons that may have nothing to do with their ability. The experience of playing international cricket, even briefly, provides insights and knowledge that remain valuable throughout a person's life. Players who understand the demands and pressures of the highest level can use this knowledge to help others, whether as coaches, administrators, or mentors. For young cricketers looking at Rawl's career, there are lessons about perseverance, adaptability, and finding different ways to contribute to the sport they love. Not everyone can have a long and successful playing career, but there are many ways to remain involved in cricket and make meaningful contributions. The cricket world is full of stories like Rawl's, talented players whose careers took unexpected turns but who continued to find ways to be involved in the sport they loved. These stories remind us that success in cricket, as in life, can be measured in different ways. Today, Rawl Lewis represents the thousands of cricketers who played at the highest level, faced various challenges, and found ways to continue contributing to the game. His story may not have followed the script that was expected when he first emerged as a talented young leg spinner, but it demonstrates the resilience and adaptability that characterize the best people in cricket. The untold legacy of Rawl Lewis is not about hidden scandals or shocking revelations. It's about the reality of pursuing dreams in professional sport, the importance of family support, and the many different ways that people can contribute to the game they love. This kind of legacy may not make headlines, but it's often more meaningful and lasting than temporary fame or glory. His journey from a young spinner in Grenada to international cricket and then to cricket administration shows the various paths that careers can take. For every player who achieves lasting international success, there are many others like Rawl who face different challenges and find different ways to make their mark on the game. The shocking truth about Rawl Lewis is not about personal scandals or hidden controversies. It's about the gap between potential and achievement, the role of luck and timing in professional sport, and the resilience required to continue contributing to cricket when playing careers don't work out as planned. This truth is actually more common and more human than any sensational story could be. As we look at Rawl's complete career and life, we see someone who experienced the full range of what professional cricket can offer. The excitement of representing your country, the disappointment of not achieving full potential, and the satisfaction of finding new ways to contribute to the sport. His story reminds us that cricket careers are rarely straightforward and that success can be measured in many different ways. What do you think about Rawl Lewis's cricket journey and legacy? Share your thoughts below and subscribe for more real stories behind cricket's biggest names.